Welcome to another episode of B.A.G Combos, aka the B.A.G Podcast. This ain't no whole shit. This is a platform that I wanted to create to have great conversations where we discuss just about anything. Relationships, real life, food, music, even that demon time. We the type of call eyes and have a stand up. Make a thotty call your homie.
How you doing, man? How you doing? You see I got the chest made out, man. We starting it off the day like this, man. I might be loud in the mic, man, but you see the Gustavo, man. Colombia, fresh heroin, man. We getting it popping today on B.A.G Convos today, man. Yes. You see me with the floral jacket. The shirt, man. I had a little snort, man. That's how we get into it, man. But we're going to get started today. It's like, no, this is B.A.G Convos, and this is the host, Sean. I had a nice little intro there. I was feeling myself because I got a shirt a while ago, probably like a year ago. Mr. Sarvo said it's a dad shirt, but it is.
You got the dad cookout shirt.
Look, man, this is the Colombian. This is the Colombian shirt, man.
You just need sandals.
This is that shirt that you walk around the house that you just put on after you fuck the bitch. Hold on, let me demonstrate. Hold on, let me do it.
This nigga's terrible. Why are you waving it around, bro?
Yes, people, that if you ever watch any kind of movie that involves a sex scene, it always has a man with some sort of robe-esque shirt or loose-ass shirt on, and they just flop. It's just like
Speaking of robe, I'm trying to get a robe.
I'm thinking about me wearing this today kind of made me think about it, but I don't know. But yes, people, we are here today. That last little thing was more so visual. So tune into the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? B.A.G _convos. That is our YouTube channel and most of our other platforms. But the reason why you're here tonight is because you love us. You wanted to listen to us. You wanted to hear the new conversation. And tonight we are doing something that we don't normally do, and that is focus on current events. Yeah. So things that have just been going on the last.
Introduce ourselves?
We're going to introduce, just saying I had to get myself started, man. But this is, as you already know, B.A.G Convos, aka the B.A.G Podcast. And it is your host, Sean, and your co-host, Mr. Sarfo, as I like to call him. If you don't know, now you know. Sean. I fucked my whole shit up. Hold on, let's run that back right there.
Yo, who's been drinking, yo?
Nobody's been drinking over here. I'm just, yeah. It is your host, Sean. If you don't know, now you know. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I didn't spend most of my days, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in Colombia, man. But, and we have my co-host, Mr. Sarfo, who would like to introduce himself with some AKAs that I believe he has down packed now. AKA, you are muted, sir.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Sydney.
AKA.
Me llamo Sid the Kid.
AKA.
Me llamo Sid the Science Kid.
AKA.
Me llamo Future Doc on the Block.
Okay. Thank you for that intro, man. But as I already said, we are talking about current events, and we are coming out hot already. we just added this addition. Mr. Sarfo is very, very adamant about this, and this may engage us in quite a bit of conversation. Not too much, but go ahead, sir.
So I don't know how many of y'all got TikTok. I'm assuming all y'all. You know, it's August 2021. Everybody got it. Saw a TikTok a few days ago. Woman, attractive woman, going off, basically saying that no comment, but attractive woman saying basically that the gist of her statement was she is not a fan of going on first dates or dates in general with guys to chain restaurants. Now, when we say chain restaurants, we're referring to places like Cheesecake Factory.
No. She was talking. But she was talking about Applebee's, Chili's,
Olive Garden, like
Olive Garden. First of all, if you choose Olive Garden as your preference, that's not real Italian food.
It's not real Italian food, which is why I didn't go till this year, because I've had real Italian food because a lot of my friends are Italian. So I'm like, why would I go to?
But I feel like you didn't know that, because I feel like we had a conversation about Olive Garden one time, and you was just like, "Yeah, that's the only place I've been."
No, I've never been to Olive Garden until this year.
Oh, all right. Well, either way, she's talking about the average.
I want to play it.
All right,
I wouldn't. Like, serious question. Would you let a guy
back it up?
Restaurant, like to Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Applebee's on the first date? Because I wouldn't. Like,
Red Lobster.
Because what? Why would you take me there? Serious question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm all for people having their opinion. I'm not a hater. And this doesn't hurt me in any way, because I know people gonna be like, "Oh, you mad because that's what you were thinking?" Like, no, like that's not it. I'm not one of these bitter men that just want to say something just to say something. But I just don't understand how it's like, well, one, whether you're at Maggiano's or you're going,
it's tough,
which is just crazy for a first date, unless you just got it like that. That's a lot. Depends on what you get. Ordering.
If you getting appetizer, wine, and food, then that's a bit much for a first. But
what's one of the places? Nobu's.
Get the fuck out of here. Was that other TikTok where that nigga was like, "Yeah, we went to Nobu, spent shorty ordered something that was like $600." Nah. Yeah, and then he was like, "Are we coming back? Like, what you about to do?" And he's like, "Oh no, you about to give my money." I mean, that's a different conversation, people. But
yeah. So whether you're going to Nobu's or some high-end restaurant, or you going to I won't include Cheesecake Factory, but whether you're going to Olive Garden, it's still a date at the end of the day. You're all going to get to know each other to see if you're all compatible. So why does it matter? Why does it matter the star level of the said place, from a 5-star to I'm gonna say 2-3 star? Why does that matter? Like, why is that so important? And I understand. I've heard the argument of like, oh, it's a first date. It's a matter of effort. Okay, effort. I understand, but you can show effort and still go to Olive Garden. Dude can take you to Olive Garden, get you flowers, get you all this stuff, attempt to wine and dine you at Olive Garden, and he could be a great dude, but some people are, I don't mean this as an insult, but you can be closed-minded and be like, oh, he only took me to Olive Garden on the first date. And it's also in the matter of all right, and I don't think from what she's saying, she wants a high-end restaurant first off rip, but there's the other side of it is just yes, it's a first date. You're trying to impress someone. and you're trying to like give your best self. But it's like, why would I take you to the best place off rip? Because like, if say we connect and we go on for longer, I constantly got to top that. So it's like, that's like y'all dating, y'all first birthday gift, you just spent racks. Unless y'all just like that and got it like that. I mean, granted, we're 23. We don't really got it like that. We're both.
Some niggas our age is millionaires.
Some people got like that at this age, or but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not that deep. I feel like you should be more focused on how the person is acting or interacting with you on the first date, as opposed to where you're going.
This is very true. Now, before I give my opinion, I would say that this young lady was basically saying that don't take me to a chain restaurant, take me to another a local place, something
That's
of good
what-
quality,
I get that.
some shit like that. And it's like but then also she kind of doubled down on like other videos, kind of just was like it. So you kind of was like, where the fuck? You watch all of her things, it's kind of like, oh, you're kind of like, where the fuck do you want to go? But I think that was her initial point. Just don't take me to a chain first date. Go to a local place, a nice spot, or whatever. Although my co-host is correct, you do not understand anybody's financial situation. However, the only classification, well, I didn't even want to say classification. The only way in which, because I think communication is key in this situation, because if a man comes up to you as honest as possible, it won't be looked at well by most women. Simply because if you start talking to a man and he's like, all right, hey, let's go on this first date. You're not going to, if he sit there and say, hey, I like you, I think you like me as well. I'm at a particular point in my life. I have certain dreams, aspirations, and things like that. So obviously I want to get to a particular point one day. But right now, I can't treat you how I'm supposed to treat you, or whatever, be it, however that person might want to phrase. And he could say, hey, I would like to take you here. Are you okay with that? Now, this isn't all people, but I guarantee probably about 60 to 70%, if men chose to do that, they would get dubbed off rip, or they would get dubbed at some point. But communication is key, so that could change that percentage if he was actually able to do that. Now, I do get her points in there saying like, oh, maybe she might want to dress up, do this, that, and the third. But we are here to get to know each other a little bit more, talk, eat some food. If I take you to a nice spot, if I take you to a good chain, which I don't see, I don't eat Red Lobster, but a good chain, let's say like Outback. I fucking love Outback.
Outback's a great place. Well,
if you take somebody to Outback, I don't think something should be wrong with that on a first date. I'm just saying, people have their preferences when it comes to food, quality, all that type stuff. But if this man communicates this to you, or if this is just your first date, it should not be that big of a deal. And this goes back to a bigger argument that is currently going on social media. This is not the perspective of everybody. I'm not generalizing, because the more and more women I talk to, this is not necessarily the case. This is truly a social media thing where these are just random chicks. I'm not saying people don't identify with this, but certain chicks is just like they believe they're better than whatever. And I'm not going to leave niggas out neither. There's some niggas that just think the bare minimum is okay. However, you are not owed the bare minimum. So that's also something else to worry about. But as a whole, if it's the first date, you don't understand everybody's perspective, situation, or whatever. So you got to come into the situation. If you're willing to talk to the person, cool. If this is your status or stature or whatever, you should present that off jump. And if he still chooses to to continue and he's not able to handle that, sure. However, I think you will miss out on a lot of, and this is both ways. I think you will miss out on a lot of people if you make materials your standards off rip. People can gradually get to that. You think Bron and not Savannah's Bron wife, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you think Bron? I mean, granted, that nigga was okay. This might be a bad example.
This is a terrible example.
This is a terrible. All right, this is a terrible example because that nigga was famous in high school. But basically, what I'm saying is,
the point is here. It's a first date. Y'all are going.
I'm gonna find a better example. Go ahead.
To get to know each other. Find out what makes y'all tick. See if y'all compatible. Granted, I'm not saying nigga should take you to McDonald's unless you just a cool chick and don't care. Cause like you could definitely go to a fast food place, grab food, and just chill in the car. But that's more of a thing with like y'all established, like y'all cool with that. Like that's not really a first date type thing. But like most people who's going on a first date, it's either dinner. I want to say a movie, but that'd probably be last because you can't really talk. Or like you're doing something fun. So it's like you go to an arcade or go-karting or something fun. But most people is just going dinner, grabbing something to eat or going to lunch or some stuff like that. So it's like I don't think it should matter where y'all go first date. Because it's like he could take you to is Ruth Chris a nice place? Or is that like a chain?
I've never been, but it is inexpensive. I think it's a steakhouse, but I think it's one of them up there steakhouses where like if you get a steak, that bitch is $50. So
I'm gonna stick with the Nobu's example. Dude can take you to Nobu's and be a weird dude or be a dickhead. But it's like, oh, he took you to Nobu's first date. And some people will look at it like, oh, he took me to Nobu's, but won't look at, oh, he's a dick. Not saying all women are doing this, but then it's like, dude could take you to Olive Garden. Be a cool guy. Y'all keep going on dates, And then the thing is, or at least this, I want to say yo, I don't want to generalize, but like, checking the video, it's like, all right, say he takes you to chain first date. He could take you to a local place next date, and then maybe third, fourth, fifth date, he takes you somewhere really nice. You don't know that. You don't know the dude at that point. Or at least I'm just basing it off like he asked you out as a complete stranger. But you don't know what he's going to do.
Perfect example, bro. I got it. Did you think Obama and Michelle had mad money, bro? Did you think Obama just went up to Michelle, was like, you know what, shorty, I'm taking you to whatever the hottest restaurant was back in the day, at that point in time when they was dating in college? He probably was like, hey, let's go get a slice of pizza. And look where they are now.
Not even that example, but look at that. Before him, people would just do the simplest stuff.
Exactly.
People were going on walks.
Greatest marriages. And we ain't talking about them toxic old marriages, traditional bullshit that y'all be going on about now. We talking about that shit where you could sit there and be like, oh, it's not too many. But where you could sit there and be like, oh, yeah, my grandma, grandpa, whatever, them old relatives, they sit there, they together 40 plus years. And they strong out here and they love each other. Okay? But Michelle and Barack, he probably said, let's go to the local spot.
Get a milkshake.
Exactly. And look at what they are now.
It's like,
he didn't start with that shit.
No, I'm not saying like this is the standard of today. Like today's obviously different. People don't really appreciate men and women don't really appreciate simple shit. Like go and get a slice, share a milkshake, go for a walk. Let me walk you to school. Let me walk you home. Like motherfuckers don't really appreciate shit like that anymore on both sides of like the coin. But like my overall thing is like, listen, first date, is to get to know each other. Okay? Whether you are in Olive Garden or Nobu's, it's not going to change how you get to know that person. And if it does, that's something you gotta look at yourself at that point. I'm sorry. If you're more open in talking to a person just because you at a different establishment, you weird. That's weird. And I'm not specifically talking about this girl and that she's the type to do that. But there are people who are like who will base their judgment on you based on what like where you decide to take them.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's so many creative first dates. People go work out on the first date. Niggas go rock climbing, hiking.
Yeah.
All this other shit.
Also, people, communication is key because you can say date or you can say, hey, let's just go grab something to eat. And that could imply, hey, we're just gonna get a slice. We just gonna do some small shit. That you could phrase it like that. It don't necessarily gotta be a hey, we're going on a date.
And you can have your standards. People can have standards.
Yes.
I just feel like that's just an unnecessary standard, in my opinion. Because if a girl asks me out, we go to a chain. I don't even care. Granted, I don't get asked out a lot.
We're niggas, bro. We don't give.
We're niggas.
We don't give.
Niggas will appreciate any type of attention.
And we mean niggas in the sense of we are camaraderie brothers, not ignorant motherfuckers or the derogatory term.
Now,
for future reference.
So we appreciate, you know, like attention. It's like, hey, let me take you out, or let me take you this place, because it don't really happen to us that often. So it's like
a chick wine and dine me.
So it's like,
I love it.
Like, hey, let me take you out.
And shit, things come with time, bro. Things come with time.
I'm not gonna care where we go. I'm just appreciative of the fact that you asked me out.
Exactly. Things come with time, yo. Understand that. Learn to grow with people. Shit. You can't always start at the finish line or halfway there. You gotta grow with people.
Niggas don't give you a ring first date.
Exactly. The only way I feel like you could be like, you know what, I'm Nobu first date is if you at that particular status yourself.
I'm balling and I just mess with Nobu. Okay. But it's like,
no, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying if both parties balling and y'all like that, y'all probably like, let's just say y'all both 26 and both y'all niggas just happen to be over 500 grand a year. I'm not saying that's the bar, but if y'all like that, got your own business or whatever, or high up in a fucking company, sure, go right ahead. But them same motherfuckers. This is the last thing we're gonna say on this, and we're gonna move on. Not too many rich people, other than Jeff Bezos, do rich shit all the time.
I want to say a lot.
Just let that sink in.
A lot of rich niggas don't look rich.
Just let that sink in. Other than like Jeff Bezos and like certain rich people for like privacy reasons,
a lot of rich
they don't do a lot of rich shit. Okay, and that's how they keep their money. All right. Now you want to spend all your money on materialistic shit, how you end up broke. But we digress.
Speaking of Rihanna becoming a billionaire.
Oh.
That was a terrible transition, but I just want to throw it out there.
She got one B and another B.
I just saw this randomly one day and I was just like,
It def came out of nowhere.
I just saw it randomly.
It def came out of nowhere.
I think it was on some chick story. I was like,
okay, props to you. And look at that. She out here building an empire and y'all still want her to do music. I mean, this woman done became a billionaire.
Like
off of her shit alone, bro.
But like
you
could drop an album. You could drop a song.
But my thing is, are you gonna stop your progress, your businesses, to focus on the album.
You know how much time these people have?
My nigga.
These people got a lot of time. When you got money, you got a lot of time on your hands.
But bro, an album is an in-depth process,
She's not
though.
been featured on anything.
It's an in-depth creative process. Yes, yes.
What has she been featured on recently in the last year or two?
A song with Party Next Door. Bad. It's best when you believe it.
Huh?
I never want to see it. Yeah.
I don't know.
She be on stuff. She was on Wild Thoughts. Wow. That was like 18, I think.
Yeah.
17. But she been on songs here and there.
She hasn't been,
but not a lot, bro. But an album is an in-depth process.
She could drop a single.
Bro, why make what? How much do you make? Why make 10 million off a single when you can make fucking 50 million off your 50 million off of your fucking makeup and lingerie line, bro?
I understand it, but like you can drop one single. She gotta have a single in her stash that she could just drop. Because
probably do. She probably on some Kanye type time and just got a whole album in the stash.
Every artist got stuff in their back pocket. They can just granted she's always been relevant, but like if every artist got some like and they probably like or if they're like their attention starts going down, they just drop it. It's like, oh, there he is.
I don't think she needs that though. I think she understood her lane.
I don't think she needs that. But I feel like she knows that a lot of people, majority of her fans are asking for some type of music. So just throw something out there. I'm not saying just throw something out there, just throw something out there. Like she definitely got something solid. Just put it out there.
I don't know, bro. She probably has different.
Give the people what they want.
She did something else that the people want and needed, and look where it got her. She could have focused on music, but she said, you know what? I'm going to provide a makeup line that is for people of color and a dope ass lingerie / underwear line that majority of people wear. That's affordable at that. I mean, the makeup is a little...
I don't know what the prices are.
The makeup is a little out there, but that's makeup though. But the lingerie and stuff is affordable. And don't ask, it's because I've been asked about this before. Okay. So I'm, as you know from prior episodes, I look at money a lot. So I was like, oh, okay. She have a lot of sales going on. So it's affordable for these young ladies out here. So yeah, that's probably her motive, man. I got an interesting question for you though. Do you think she is on the verge of becoming the next Jay-Z-esque mogul type activist type person, or even surpass him in that degree, or create her own lane? Because she got to it by herself. Jay-Z and Beyonce had to combine their finances to become a billionaire. She did it by herself. So is she in her own lane?
No.
Why not?
I feel like, well, I'm not gonna say that, but
no, say it. Say it.
No, but I mean,
it's bad combos, nigga.
I'm gonna say it like this. So I think she's in her own lane in terms of like, well, what she was originally known as. She was a female like musical artist, and she paved her own way as like a businesswoman. You know, with the makeup and the lingerie, which everyone loves. The same way kind of that Jay-Z paved his way as a rapper. Well, one, he was dope. Well, he's a drug dealer at first. Then he became a rapper, and now he's a successful businessman. So the progression is somewhat the same. but I feel like the levels that each of them is at is just not even close. Because granted, Jay-Z is obviously older than her. He has more time in. So I feel like even if they had the same amount of time in, I feel like what Jay-Z's done is still surpassing whatever she's doing. Because really, from what I've seen, is really just the lingerie, the makeup. Unless there's something else I'm missing. Jay-Z's he's been doing title. He's been working with the NFL. He's what's his record? What's his?
Are you saying this because you're a man?
What I'm not saying this because I'm a man. Like if she was like again, I'm not discrediting what she's doing, but like if you look,
You're just saying Jay-Z shit is more diverse.
It's more diverse and it spreads across more places. Like he's in sports. He's got.
But is it more impressive?
He's got Rock Nation Sports. He's got, NFL players, NBA players signed to him. He's got other music artists signed to him. He's got all these different companies signed, bringing him money. Whereas Rihanna, again, this is to my knowledge, is makeup.
It's more majority
tailored. Yeah,
it's majority Fenty and Savage X Fenty, and then it's her music.
Yeah, and most of her Fenty /
But doesn't that make it more impressive though? Does it make it more impressive that she doesn't have that much? She has 3 main things that has brought her to billionaire status. Whereas though Jay-Z has multiple facets, but even by himself, he's not a billionaire. He's a billionaire with Beyonce.
I thought he was a billionaire by himself.
Did he come across that?
I thought, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Because when it first came out, it was they were both billionaires.
I thought Jay-Z by himself was a billionaire. Is Jay-Z a billionaire? I swear to God, this is a billionaire. Yeah.
By himself?
This comes a week after he sold half of the Armand de Brignac champagne. Yeah, he got champagne too and liquor in a deal that valued the luxury liquor company at about $640 million. The 2 deals helped lift the fortune of hip hop's first billionaire, $1.4 billion, up from $1 billion. It says he's worth $1.4 billion, so he's a billionaire by himself. But I disregard that. But I see what you're saying. In terms of like, she got to it at a younger age.
I'm not even worried about age. I'm just saying how it got built.
She did it quicker with less like avenues, at least to our knowledge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, okay, that's a fair point. But like, this devil's advocate, her market is kind of the market that drives what goes on.
What?
She's selling makeup and lingerie. Who's buying that? 9 out of 10 times it's women. Or 9.9 out of 10 times it's women. Women are driving the market. And now
that was her choice though.
Now, no, I'm not saying like that's a bad thing or to discredit like her thing, like what she does, like that's great. I'm just saying like this, like again, this is devil's advocate. Like you gotta look at like her.
If Rockaway was still popping as a clothing brand, then you could say the same. But niggas don't wear Rockaway.
Yeah, because it fell out, so he had to find new shit.
Exactly.
Do whereas she didn't really.
Chicks are always going to wear makeup.
Exactly, chicks are always going to wear lingerie. So it's like, and
not everybody.
It's
not everybody.
Well, most chicks
underwear.
Okay, underwear, and it's not even just women. Niggas is buying it too.
They have men. Was that shit for men? I thought that was for women.
They make Savage Fenty for men.
I thought those were just boxer shorts for women.
It wasn't crazy though. It was just.
I mean, it just it's the same thing as unnecessary name brand draws. Just pay $40 each for one pair.
It wasn't
stupidity.
It was. We're talking about that the other day. It wasn't no like crazy like you know
Lace
like
boxers
you
type
know
shit. See-through boxers type
crazy
shit.
stuff. It was just like Savage Fenty, boxers,
Yeah.
briefs, underwear. Niggas is buying it. Chicks buying it for their niggas. Gay people, LGBTQ community, buying makeup, buying lingerie. It's a big movement for dudes to wear lingerie, women's clothes. So it reaches a lot around a lot of places. Now, I'm not saying this to discredit what she did. And to be honest, it's a smart move because she's appealing to the majority of the market. Women drive the market. And whatever you're talking about, sports, whatever, it's a woman who's driving. If you can get a majority of women to buy whatever you're selling, you're in a good place, which is what she's doing, which is most likely why she achieved which she's done in a shorter period of time than Jay-Z or any other billionaire. But I just feel like it's not going to reach that status because yes, she has women on lock, but I feel like in the long run, Jay-Z has so many other things in terms of ownership that he's just going to have more.
He had time there, though. He had time there to occupy that space to understand it. Yes, Rihanna is now getting into that or whatever, but she still also has time to get into other things as well. And who's to say she doesn't already have other shit in the works that you're on mute, bro?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Exactly. So it's like she can have other shit in the works too. She could be behind a studio or whatever, producer shit for people of color, all types of shit. It's just because Forbes be lying too, or don't be as accurate as we might think they are. But yeah, like I props to her. They both are mysterious billionaires who have a lot of, I would say, that revenue just based on their likeness and just their consistency and want for more. I would say more so consistency in Jay-Z, the want for more from Rihanna, but also quality. If I'm pretty sure Rihanna would just have some like lackluster stuff, not too many people would be on it like that. But and like the clout wave would have ran out, but she puts out quality stuff. Also, she promotes her own shit. And tell me a nigga who doesn't like Rihanna or person. So I mean, I say props to her. Great moves out there. If she ever came to me, she wanted me to be her new ASAP Rocky. I mean, I would be okay. Be like, hey, you know what? I'm cool.
I feel like that was very random for them to get together.
No, he was like flirting with her for a minute. If you watch some old interviews, even though I have different opinions about that man, but moving on. Our next topic, people. We don't know if all of you watched it, but
speaking of the Olympics,
we
had an Olympics.
The Olympics, yes.
This is literally the title of our RRS. We had an Olympics ? Because niggas did not know we had an Olympics.
We had an Olympics, people. If your Explore page identified with it, or you follow certain sports or Olympic social media pages, or you had Peacock, or you randomly watched NBC for the past like 3 weeks.
If you faithfully watch NBC, or you just follow like either international soccer or basketball, that's the only way you're knowing if there's an Olympics.
What do you mean?
No one knew. Well,
Niggas knew.
But no one knew where to watch.
That's because Comcast fucked it up. And okay, see, all right, I was able to watch it because I have Peacock through my Wi-Fi
You were
service.
complaining on Peacock.
I was complaining too because it was weird, and like this is why I don't like streaming and shit like that because it just takes away the natural form of television. I don't like the fact that sometimes I always have to. I have the ability to be able to watch certain shit at my exposure. Shit used to be fun when you had to sit and watch shit. You had to be like, all right, yo, don't call me. It's 8:00. I gotta watch new episode of Dragon Ball Z, or I gotta watch this new episode of Zoe 101, or whatever. You had to prioritize shit. I remember in 2012 and 16, I made it a mission. I was like, all right, volleyball on good, track and field on good, basketball on good. All right, bet. I gotta sit down, not play game, do whatever, make sure I watch it. This year, it was a year delayed. It should have still been delayed, but because Tokyo was on a heavy ass quarantine, but the news don't want to talk about that. But they just had all their athletes isolated in a fucking bubble, basically. But the reason why they made it so weird is because NBC is owned by Comcast, and thus Comcast owns Peacock, which basically was like, oh, we're going to be more exclusive to make sure that you guys watch it. So if you want to watch the Olympics, you got to purchase Peacock. And the way in which they had it set up, it was a bit weird. I got the hang of watching the Olympics as it probably the last few days of it, to be honest, because you could watch it on regular TV, but it's delayed. But seeing as though I don't have traditional cable, it was still difficult, but I just watched the highlights and kept up with shit on Instagram daily. But yes, it is difficult. We did have the Olympics, but yes, it was shitty coverage. I blame it on Disney Plus, but
It was terrible coverage. It's like I didn't.
It was on my feed a lot. I saw a lot of things daily. Outside of like Peacock.
I didn't see good coverage until the U.S. men's basketball national team USA made it to the finals, and I saw that shit everywhere. It was like, oh, NBC this time Eastern Standard this time, whatever. And part of me feels like a lot of those places were like shocked that they made it to the finals. But I just I barely saw anything.
I was able to watch it, so I wasn't necessarily shocked.
I didn't really see much. I mean, I saw a bit of soccer, but that was really more so women's soccer. But that was really more so because the person I followed on Instagram is she's into women's soccer, so she was watching the U.S. women's national soccer team. She was posting about it. I'm just like, I would not have known about this if she didn't post. So and granted, the only reason I really knew about at least the outcomes of the USA men's basketball team was because I follow Sports Center, I follow a bunch of basketball pages, so they're gonna talk about it. They're gonna talk about anything basketball regardless. So USA losing to Nigeria and the exhibition, that was freaking everywhere.
I think that's just the US guys, the gays though, because you heard about monumental shit when it was US related. The only other non-US related thing that I would say was broadcasted highly was, and this might just be because of our friends also, but was the fact that the Jamaica took the whole podium for the 100.
That's kind of expected though.
No,
they different over there.
No, I'm not saying they aren't, but I wouldn't say that was expected.
That was on the women's side, right?
Yeah, that was the women's 100.
Yeah, them niggas.
They all podium, and then the same girl won the 200. Also,
it's very different when it comes to track.
But It is the U.S. guys. We won in terms of total medals, but TBH, it was in a lot of sports that aren't necessarily up there in terms of like watchability. I like sports just cause, but like the main sports that most people, I would say most Americans probably watch is like tracking the running track events, basketball, if you like volleyball, and soccer. But the U.S. men's team wasn't in there, but the girls' team was. Even though they got bronze this year. But the U.S. guys stops a lot of shit. And you could tell that just based on announcing to where like even some like nigga Noah Lyles or whatever, he got, I think, silver or bronze. And he was like, this shit is boring to me. And he was like, what? He was like, yeah, this bronze medal is boring to me. Like, I've been a winner all my life. I want this gold. Like, and it's like, think about it. In track, especially, you have to beat 7 niggas about, you gotta go through the trials. Then after the trials, you have to beat it through the heats in the Olympics to get to the medal round. So you getting you being third out of like 100 other people is not bad. And not too many people in their career can even say they have world records or a Olympic medal. So it's like as I was watching it, it was just bullshit a little bit because everybody was like, all right, if you from USA and you don't get a gold, then like you fell short. And it's like, bro, you got to think about this shit in hindsight. For certain sports, all right, cool. You might, due to your like year-long performance, you might get to this level. And yeah, if you don't medal, you fall short because it's only you and like a couple other people in the world who does this sport. So, all right, I understand it from that perspective. But if you beating mad people in trials, you got world records, all this type of shit. If you get a silver or a bronze, you still were better than mad other people in the world. Like, and you performed on the world's biggest fucking sports stage or whatever. Because even so, I mean, the only one I was like, all right, if they lose, all right, cool. They didn't live up to the standard was basketball. But as a lot of them were saying when they were thinking that this USA men's basketball team wasn't going to win, the argument was that you're still on mute. The argument was that most people. Well, I know I said it too, but as I started to watch them, hold on before I get to that, they basically said that the world of NBA has gotten a lot better. It's not like most of the people who are on these other Olympic teams also playing the NBA. So the competition is going to be tougher as well. That was an argument. However, the reason why was because people doubted this team is because they didn't have probably like at least majority of the top best players in the league right now.
They didn't have
more so because of that was basically it. But also James was injured. James Harden was injured. Anthony Davis was injured. So it's like, yeah, you got to deal with shit like that. But as I watched it more, it was more so about chemistry. It wasn't really about skill. They did lack in big men, which did kind of fuck them up. And then they couldn't necessarily get it together all the way defensively, but they were able to pull it out. Exactly, which there should be more or other big men that they should be able to choose from.
All the other good big men is from other places. You got Joel. I don't even think he played for his team, but he can't play for the USA. Rudy Gobert plays for France.
Cat. I don't think his performance was that well.
Yeah, but no one gonna call Cat. Yo, Cat, pull up. No one calling Cat. At least not recently. Maybe like this rookie year, but no one's calling Cat.
I don't like him like that, but he put up.
Jokic, you can't call Jokic. That's the MVP. You can't call Jokic. Who was the top big man? Yeah, that's really it. And then you got Bam. I mean, Bam wasn't even an All Star this year. I mean, granted, that's more a matter of personnel, but um, and then who was the other big man? JaVale McGee. They had to call
That was bullshit, yo.
They had to call
This nigga has been the most opportunist motherfucker I have ever seen. I could go on a segue, but I'm not, bro. He has 2 championships and a gold medal just due to opportunity, bro.
Hey, man.
The only time I could say he legitimately did shit was for the championship with the Lakers.
Listen.
Other than that Warriors championship, he rode the bench and caught a few lobs in the playoffs.
Listen, the best.
And same thing in the Olympics, for real, for real.
I'll say this. The best ability is available.
Get the fuck out of here. You could have called Dwight for all that. I call old Dwight before I called JaVale, bro.
But old Dwight don't exist no more.
No, I mean present day Dwight before I called JaVale.
Yeah. Yeah, personally, but
like the fuck? Like, come on. He didn't even play for real, for real. They got in, like, they put them niggas in when they was like blowing niggas out. It's like you playing high school basketball and the coach be like, all right, go ahead, get in there for the last minute, and you up by 20. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's fair.
But nonetheless, I think the Olympics were good, but that's because I was able to see them. Yes, I had Peacock, which is a very random, kind of unnecessary streaming service. But y'all want to sponsor us, go ahead. But yo, Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg, that shit was funny. I'm not gonna
I haven't watched any of it.
That shit is funny, bro.
I just heard of it. Is it really that funny?
It's like awkward a little bit, but it is funny though, because they don't have like no filter to say certain shit. And Snoop Dogg like lit up a blunt literally. Wow. Like they were live or whatever. But yeah. What else? What also major news in the Olympics? Simone Biles chose to not participate in a lot of events because of her mental health.
I respect it.
What are your thoughts, sir?
I respect it.
Is that I feel like you have more to say over there. You're smiling.
No, because people see it as like quitting, or it's like, oh, you just see that you're not human, but it's like, you gotta understand, this is gymnastics. Like, this is shit where it's like, you fuck up, you could fuck up your whole career. And I know there's a lot of, like, most sports, like basketball, football, it's like, more so football, like, you get hit the wrong way, it's clips for you, or basketball, you tear the wrong thing, it's clips. But like, gymnastics is very different. Like, ain't no pads, ain't no like.
I mean, they got pads.
I mean, what they really got on their body? They wearing a leotard, and then they wearing the padded, like they got taped. They taped their hands. That's really it. And then like the floor is probably a little bit softer. But it's like you still hit pretty hard if you mess up on that. Then if you got a beam, you can mess up and hit yourself on that beam. You fall on your back on that beam, that definitely got hurt. So it's like, if you feel like you're not 100% and you doing, and you doing at the level that she's doing it, which granted no one is doing, by the way, which is why they literally changed the rules for her, because it's like, yo, no one else can do what you're doing, so we're just gonna not let you do this
because she was
like,
black.
Like exactly, like that don't make no sense. So
we
it's like,
do great shit every time, and I will personally slap any Olympic or gymnast fucking judge if somebody else in 10 years from now does that move and they get a perfect score. You should be slapped.
Which is crazy. She's literally doing stuff that people can't physically do themselves, And they're like, nah, we can't take that. What? That don't make no sense. So it's like that's already against her. So that's already gonna get me tight mentally. It's like I'm because like as an athlete, you try to be creative, especially in like that type of sport. You try to be creative as possible, and at the same time, you're trying to beat out everyone in like the best possible way. So now they're like limiting you in that aspect, and now you messing up on this on the same part. So it's like her even messing up a regular move could mess up her whole career. And she's like, what, our age? She got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
career ahead of her. She got many more Olympics to come if she stays.
I give her probably like one more.
She's what, 20, she's what, 22, 23.
Yeah, 22. Yeah,
I give her two. I gotta give her two more, man.
bro, you're not going that. The gymnastics doesn't go up that high in age.
If she's like that,
I mean, but I feel like after the
granted,
next Olympics,
I don't know how old that
she's
average
so
is.
decorated, bro. But I feel like she's been what 2 Olympics thus far,
Granted, I see what
and
you mean. It's just like if you that age and you've already done this much stuff, do you really have to go to another one?
not like that. But I feel like just at that point, she probably just gonna be like, she probably gonna become a teacher or something, or just be like, cool,
Yeah, or coach, like coach at the Olympic, but
yeah,
probably win a gold medal in that too. But it's like she got at least one, maybe two more.
yeah.
Is she really gonna keep going when she's off in her head and then she messing up moves? Like that's not a good recipe for like something that high level that's seen by everyone. Now imagine she messed up, hurt something. Now that's everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really hate on her pulling out. And don't act like if she didn't pull out, she would have bust ass. She could have, even if she messed up, she still could have came first. If
I,
not
I
top three,
I think would have been an even more shut the fuck up moment is if instead of a bronze, she would have got a gold, and then just she would just came back. I'm taking my time off. Came back, got a gold. All right, now what? Now
yeah.
what?
But the thing is, if she messed up and still finished top three, it's like, yo, I can mess up this whole shit and I still finish top three. Like
This
I'm
is
like
true.
that.
This is true.
So you can't really hate. The same with
Naomi
Naomi.
Osaka.
Naomi Osaka. Niggas know she's real.
She left early though.
She
She
left
left
early,
early
bro.
in the Olympics,
She
which
was
was
kind of having
sad.
these mental problems before this. Like,
No, it wasn't really because of that. It was more so
and
just
she
she
would.
hadn't played a long time.
I thought she withdrew from a
No,
tournament.
that was before, but I'm saying Olympics only. It was just they were saying like she hadn't played in a long time. It was a different type of court type shit and all that or whatever. It was a few calls she didn't like. So, but she left early. But I also saw some. I was watching Sports Center this morning, and like she was, she had like a breakdown a little bit, but she composed herself again. But she only had a breakdown because of Haiti and like her like dad is from there and stuff. But a reporter had asked her a question. And he was basically like, "Hey, so how do you feel the way you feel about the media, but you still kind of use the media for your other assets that you like basically become popular from?" And she was like, she took a long ass time to answer it because she was like, that's interesting. And then she answered, she was like, well, my opinion is not really on media. It's more so just when it happens. But then she was like, hey, let me unpack that a little bit more. And then like I guess the moderator was like, oh, can we skip the question? We can skip the question if you want. And she was like, no, I'm gonna answer it. But give me a minute, and then like after, I'll explain afterwards. But towards the end, or after the conference was over, one of her reps had basically said, like, see, bullying like this is why people go through what they go through. Da, da, da. He was being elitist. I get what the reporter was trying to do. He was trying to basically ask a tough question to see if she would be able to answer it, to show, because there are some people, some celebrities, Kyrie Irving, who will say certain things about the media or whatever, but you still profit from it. You still basically, you don't deny checks or whatever. Naomi is a different case. She just basically says, hey, I don't think it's the best for me to talk after losing or after whatever, because it's not everybody is adequate or able to perform to these particular pressures. So I shouldn't necessarily be held to this standard all the time just for doing something that I love. And I believe her first answer was the perfect response, because it's like, yo, it's just the timing of it. It's not that I don't mind it. It's just the timing of it completely. And some of it can be a bit much. And I'm nowhere near that light, but I would get that. I don't like necessarily everybody named mom in my business and shit. I'll answer questions, but you answer shit a certain way, and then niggas try to twist it, say shit, say this, that, and the third. It could get annoying. So I completely understand it. And to the Simone Biles situation, I completely agree. I just hope we don't get to a place where the negative side of mental awareness comes true. And this is a very controversial statement that I'm about to say. But what I mean is people get to a point where some people start to use mental health as a weapon rather than
like an excuse.
Yes, rather than something that is real, because there are a lot of people who experience this in reality. But if you are just using this as like oh, hey, I don't want to do this, or like, oh, nobody's going to be able to combat it.
So you don't want people to use it as a scapegoat.
Yes.
Okay, I understand that, and I don't think you think this, but I don't think that's what's happening here.
No, I'm not saying that it's happening in either situation. I'm just saying for future.
That's why I preface it by saying I don't think you think this, but a lot of people think that's what it is. Because it's like, oh, she quit because she started messing up. She didn't want to, mess up her legacy, all this stuff. No, fuck that. And then they bring up the fact that she started calling herself the GOAT. Her leotard had the GOAT thing on it, all this shit.
Michael Jordan calls himself the fucking GOAT.
Like,
the fuck?
She's literally the GOAT. In terms of
just like Michael Phelps is probably the GOAT of swimming, but nobody says that shit.
In terms of Simone Biles, she's literally the fucking GOAT in gymnastics. Like, if you look at her resume and the shit she has won, whether it's Olympics or just in general,
body,
no one is touching that. So if she's gonna put a GOAT on her leotard, let her do that. But if the next day she's not mentally there to do this, because you gotta think like, all right, niggas in the NBA get load managed,
which is bullshit,
which is BS half the time. But niggas in the NBA get load managed for the sake of their body.
Niggas will sit there and be like, you know what? All right, nostril ain't working. I'm gonna just take the day off. But yeah, I can't. And then low key, it'll literally. I hate seeing this shit. They'll sit there and be like, a bruised knee, and then my nigga just probably like bumped knees with somebody at practice real quick, and then he's out with the game with a bruised knee, and it's like, bro, get the fuck up.
Niggas get load managed in the A, so it's like if she feels mentally she's not there and like physically she's doing stuff wrong, why can't she pull out? And I feel like people is coming at her just because she's black, like dark-skinned black woman. Everyone feels like if you're a black woman, you just gotta suck it up. You gotta do what you gotta do. Nah, fuck that. Nah,
I don't know.
No, that's really part of it though. Because I feel like if she was not black, she wouldn't be getting this much backlash because she just
to a degree, yes.
to it
To a
because
degree,
it's
yeah.
like
You just
you
took it to the
can't
dark
really
skin. I was like, yo,
you
God,
can't
don't
really
gotta go
get
to the
mad.
dark skin.
You really can't get mad because she's the best at what she does. If she's like, I feel like you can't like shit on someone or you can't come at someone if they're literally the best at what they do. She's literally the best at what she does, and she feels, and in her mind, she's like, you know what? Because again, at the end of the day, she's an athlete, she's a competitor. There's probably a good part of her that wants to continue, that wanted to do it, but the reality of it was like, listen, here is not right, so everything here is not right.
What got it for me though was her facial expression when she landed.
When she what?
When she landed and she like fucked up. That's what got it for me. I was like,
What was her facial expression? I didn't see.
She was like on the verge of crying, but it was like before she landed. It was like before she set herself, because she like was midair and then kind of was like, whoa, and then
because like
it was just like she landed and she was just like, oh, okay.
When you that high a level as an athlete, you know when you're not at your best.
Yeah.
So she definitely landed, like, for what you're saying, she landed that. I was like, I could be so much better if I wasn't so in my head right now. Yeah. So it's like at that point, and then maybe you think about it further, it's like
it's not like she was shooting free throws. Like
like
sitting in the fucking air.
It's not, you're flipping, you're contorting your body in ways that shouldn't be contorted.
Yeah.
Like, you're putting your whole body at risk. You could slip and end everything. So you really can't be mad if she want to pull out. The same way, yeah. Granted, I don't think tennis really isn't the same thing, but like
those are different reasons though. Those are
different reasons. Those are completely different reasons. So it's like you can't be that mad.
Yeah.
Especially when they're both, well, one's clearly the best and the other's one of, if not the best at what they do. So it's like
she's probably top 3 currently.
Naomi?
Yeah. Top 3, top 5 currently.
So like how are you someone Joe Schmo at your house watching it from your TV being like, oh, she's soft for pulling out?
It's the same thing that fucking I think Sports Science did, where it was like it was a bunch of people tweeting at this nigga who missed a field goal, and they like brought these people to the studio, and they was like, "Oh, kick this field goal, kick this field," and then nobody made that field goal.
Nobody, yo.
So it's the same shit.
I saw a clip of that. It was like, "Yo, we see you
tweet.
Come kick this.
It was funny as fuck."
And then none of them those niggas kicked that shit, yo. That shit killed me.
But yes, like, people just respect mental health. Use it for when it's. I ain't gonna say use it when it's necessary, but understand your mental health. We had an episode on that last week. Know what it is. Be able to acknowledge it. Understand it. Get help if you need it. And for all those fucked up individuals out there, don't use it as a scapegoat or as a weapon. Last thing we're going to touch on in the Olympics, and this is just a statement. We'll see what Sha'Carri is really about this weekend, but it is very interesting as to how
she races them niggas.
Yes, it is very interesting to see how Sha'Carri couldn't go to the Olympics, but a man who was,
I think it was a swimmer.
What?
It was a nigga. He like was convicted of like sexual assault or something.
No, he was a fencer.
Oh yeah,
and an American fencer was convicted or on the verge of conviction for sexual assault. He was still able to go. Love Sue Bird, but her wife owned and promoted a CBD company, and she went to the Olympics.
That was nothing to do with Sue Bird, though.
No, I'm just saying because they don't. Most people might know Sue Bird, but not Megan Rapinoe type shit. Yeah, has nothing to do with Sue Bird. They got their gold medal, 7-time winners. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the USA women's team. Angel Wilson is a bucket. And she's sexy too.
She is tough.
She tough. Post me up any day.
I saw I saw I saw TikTok and I followed the USA basketball team's like joint TikTok, and it was like it was the women's team, and it was like, who do you think would like oversleep for like a practice or something? And everyone said Asia Wilson for some reason. I just thought it was mad funny. And then she came up and said someone else. She looked good, but then she was like, she said someone else. That's mad funny.
But yes, it's very interesting how those things can transpire. But because a young woman who was coping with the death of her mother, who just so happened to smoke weed a week prior to trials, can't go to the Olympics. But yeah, it's America for ya. All right, but moving on, we have two more doozies of a topic. This was interesting headlines a few weeks ago. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, niggas from That 70s Show, Kelso and I forgot her name. Jackie, Kelso Jackie, basically said that they do not bathe their kids unless they see dirt.
Yeah, regularly. They don't bathe themselves regularly either.
They also don't bathe themselves regularly either. They take bird baths.
Yeah, so basically...
And they go on days without washing.
Yeah, so basically they won't bathe themselves or their kids unless they can physically see dirt or they don't see the point.
Kids are dirty as fuck too, so I don't see how you...
Crazy to me. Or just crazy in general, because it's like, I'm thinking about it myself as a kid, and I'm black, so it's like, you're not going to see the dirt on... You're not going to see the dirt on most people.
You only see the dirt when you got shit. If you want to know how dirty you is, take a shower and use a white towel.
Niggas don't use white towels, bro.
I'm just saying, if you really want to see dirt,
the
bro.
The only time niggas is using white towels is if they staying at a hotel.
Take a shower and use a white towel. You will understand.
Or wear some white tights and work out.
Oh, oof.
That's why
they shouldn't even make them anymore.
That's why everyone buy black tights. No one buy white tights no more, yo. I remember that was a thing. Like, niggas would buy white tights.
I mean,
white 3/4.
Those are still okay though. I feel like
I got them, but it's like
I just don't wear them. I never understood. This is a short segue. I don't understand y'all niggas who wore no drawers with them jaws.
Wait, wore none?
Yes.
No, bro. You wear them.
Not me. I would have drawers on, and niggas would be like, "Bro, you're not supposed to wear compression tights or whatever with drawers on." I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?"
You can't do that.
That's weird.
Yo, I know you was hot as shit though.
It ain't even about being hot, bro. It's just like I'm not putting.
If you wear compressions, you just wearing compressions.
Why?
Because that's the whole point of compressions.
No. I thought you was on my side. Fuck out of here. No.
If I got
fuck you. No.
If you got compressions, I'm just wearing compressions.
That's nasty.
Oh my god, you throw them in the wash. It's a one-time use.
No, bro.
It's just like underwear.
Double protection.
No, that's too much, and you moving hella like I know.
Nope. It was fine by me, bro.
I did that once. I was hella uncomfortable.
It was fine by me. I looked at y'all niggas and was like, "What?
What type of drawers are you wearing under these compressions?"
Nigga, it don't matter.
So you gonna wear boxers under compressions?
It could be boxers or briefs, bro.
You're a menace to society.
It ain't no menace to no fucking society, bro. It's I am wearing these. The last time we played basketball, I had them on like that.
So you gonna wear loose ass boxers and tight ass compressions over
yes,
bro.
I don't care who y'all can fight me on this one. I don't care.
What? Nah.
To me, it just felt weird because how often are you changing compression shorts? How often you come into practice ready with the compression shorts on?
Nigga, what I would do personally.
You went to a weird ass high school, so we know what you do.
It wasn't really weird. It was just all boys. But
i.e. weird.
The only time I really wore compressions was if I was working out or if I had football or lacrosse practice or basketball until I stopped playing at school my sophomore year. But I would go to school in boxers or briefs and I would bring my compressions, put them in my locker in the morning because we had access to our lockers. And then when practice came, take off my boxers, put my compressions on, put my practice shorts or practice gear on, go to practice, take off my compressions after practice, put my boxers back on. And then the cycle continued. And then I go
sweat.
That's a lot of sweat if you're wearing both of them at the same time. So but think about it. You got
my nigga, but do you understand the transition of sweat, bro? What I'm saying here is like you take one sweaty item off and then you putting on used drawers back on. Think about that.
Okay, I understand, but you're gonna shower when you get home.
Yes, but you're still the contact of used drawers being put back on your fucking body.
Then what are you gonna? Okay, but what do you?
I don't take them off until I'm getting in the shower.
So hold on.
Because if you understand sweaty drawers touching your ass or whatever is not pleasant after you done already took them off.
No, time out. So you're telling me you wore say it's boxers, right? You wore boxers under your compressions. So you wouldn't take them off till you got home to go shower.
This is correct.
That's the same shit. Because if you go to practice and you got boxers and then compression, you sweating through both them bitches. So when you get home, your ass still sweaty. So
but the thing is, I'm not. What you saying is you done went through a whole day of school with your boxers on. It could have been hot. It could have been a cool day. You take them off. You put on compression pants. After practice is done, you didn't take the compression pants off and put the dirty boxes back the fuck on. How do that sound versus me just keeping it on the whole time?
It's still dirty.
I understand it's dirty, but I'm not transitioning shit.
Oh my God.
I'm keeping it on. I'm wearing boxers all day. Then I put the compression shorts on.
Okay.
And then after practice is done, on my commute home, I got everything the fuck on.
Okay, but think about it. What you're doing is you got boxers and compressions on the whole day.
No, not the whole day. Not the whole day. This is just practice. I'm putting them on before practice. And then from practice, after practice is over, I'm just putting some sweatpants on and then we dipping.
But you still got.
And then I'm going home.
But you still got all the sweat in your boxers from school, and now you put in compression. You got all the sweat from practice. So it's
okay. That's why I fucking wear baby powder and baby wipes.
Nigga, I did the same thing, but you
ain't do it till I introduced it. But I had this shit on lock freshman year in high school, bro. Motherfuckers was asking me for wipes all the time. I baby powdered the shit out of my nutsack because I knew it was hot and I knew my body. I'm not going to be walking around here you ain't going to be saying my shit stink. But we getting off topic, bro. But the point is,
I wish I asked this.
These shits, this could be a whole episode. These shits, you got to watch. And I understand if you have the natural people to sit there and be like, all right, cool. If you don't, we kind of conditioned our bodies to be this way. However,
fuck
what?
Natural deodorant. Don't buy that shit. Don't buy that shit, yo. I don't buy don't be on this don't be on this African black soap like bullshit. Like stop. Don't no one none of us use that. I am African. I do not use black soap. Or at least the generic shit that y'all
So what
buy.
did y'all use? Well, you was young. So what do you
When
think they use now?
white people
Let's just
have,
say in a country area. I'm talking about in Africa, bro.
I mean, niggas have their own soap over there. I mean, when I was younger, there was like I had a skin problem. So my grandma would bring soap.
But
There's a
would
lot
your
of
older relatives have deodorant though?
how old?
Nigga, past the age of puberty.
Yes.
Okay.
We're very hygienic. It's just a matter of like because it's like I don't know why people buy all this black soap, like, oh my God, African black soap, natural deodorant, with no aluminum. The aluminum's keeping you from fucking stinking. So just
I mean, but it
buy.
might be bad for our bodies though.
It might be bad for your body, but I'd rather be bad for your body than you fucking smell like onions the whole day. I'm sorry.
This is
Like,
true. But the natural community, we understand how your beliefs.
you gotta
All
shower
right,
at least once a day. I'm sorry.
you don't gotta shower there, all that type shit. But no, over here,
You gotta shower at least once
you
a day.
you fuck it twice a day. Fuck out of here.
You gotta shower at least once a day.
That's a minimum, but that ain't my
No, that's the
minimum.
minimum. That's the minimum.
That's if you
I
ain't showering. I shower twice,
Yeah.
3 times if necessary. Because you wake up. Believe it or not, motherfuckers just sit there be like, you sleep, you ain't doing nothing, or you ain't doing nothing all day. Your balls generate balls, vagina, gooch, cooch, whatever you want to call it, titty sweat, all that type shit. It generates funk, sweat. Sit in your house all fucking day, do nothing. Take a shower in the morning, and then at 9 o'clock, smell your vagina, smell your penis, whatever. Smell your ass crack. It's going to smell some type of way. So that's you shower again. Okay.
Yo, this is unrelated, but I'm about to ask that question. I'm about to ask the compressions question tomorrow on my story.
Oh my gosh.
Is
Here
you
you
raw?
go.
Is you raw dogging your compressions, or you putting underwear under it?
Save that
I-
for later. Save
And
that
I
for later.
and I guarantee you, niggas is raw dogging it. I'm sorry. That's just
Don't phrase it that way.
you raw dogging your compressions, yo.
Do not phrase it that way. But yo, wash your ass, man, because this is just out of character. The bigger question is though, the washcloth.
You need
I have an interesting perspective on this though. But go ahead.
I have two, but I just switch between both of them. I use I used to just wash my face with like soap and water, but then I was told like that's just not right. So
I don't think it's any real way to wash your face properly other than just water. Because there's so many different. I've heard so many different opinions.
I would literally, this is when I use bar soap. I would just rub the soap in my hands.
Yeah, that's what I do, and then just
Cold
do
water.
that. Yeah,
And my skin was great.
yeah.
But then like
I got a little
there was a
bumps up
relation-
here, but that's because of
there was a
oil.
relationship I was in for a couple of years, and then my partner was like, "You're crazy. Why would you do that?"
I don't
And
think
then-
you should be taking advice.
And then looking back on it now, I see what you're saying. But at the time, I was like, "Oh my God, maybe I'm wrong." But I was like, "My skin is fine."
Yeah,
So they were like,
she
you
used to be.
you got to cleanse your face. And you do need to use cleanser.
I think I'm
I-
invest in one
I
because
get-
I'd be using a lot of oils and shit in my hair, and they'd be dripping on my forehead. So
Get Cetaphil. I use Cetaphil.
what the fuck is that?
It's a facial cleanser. So they have different types. I get the one for oily skin because my skin is very oily. That's why I got the shine sometimes on my face and my forehead, especially.
It's called melanin, brother.
I mean that too, but my face is just naturally oily. So I personally, I use facial cleanser for my face. So I don't really use a washcloth for my face. So I really just got one for my body. So I got two. So I switch between the two. So like a few days I use one, throw it in the wash, and I use the other. And then once the other one's washed, I switch.
This may be interesting to some people, and I am ousted myself. I am not a dirty nigga by any means. You can ask anybody who knows me closely or even on an intimate level. Not a dirty nigga. However, I use my hands and soap, liquid soap or bar soap. Now, I'll
I
give you
did
my
that today.
perspective. I'll give you my perspective. Back in the day when I used the washcloth, and this is not to say that I still don't use a washcloth for my body. I do use it. I do use it. I switch every now and then. But my perspective was the conservation of soap, because I was like, I'm using mad liquid soap on this rag. Whereas though, just to get it soapy, feel clean, all that type shit. Whereas though, if I put it in my hand, that's less soap that I'm able to use more of on the process throughout my body. However, I always and still use a washcloth to clean my ass. Okay, because you don't need dookie hands, and you don't. Well, if you got dookie hands, then you ain't wiped properly. But you don't need to be digging in your ass and all that shit. Use a rag for that. Use a rag for that. So if you in the process of when I do use washcloths for my body, I'm using two, and that is one for my body, and that is one for my ass. Now, if you don't have a washcloth to wash your ass, then something is you're not cleaning your ass properly. Okay. And also, you should change your towel probably like 2 to 3 days, bro.
3 days max.
I used to go a week, but then I'm like a smell kind of guy, so it's like you fucking wipe your face off, and then you like, oh,
Yeah.
and so
The
you
thing
just
is,
gotta,
it could not smell, but it's just like mildew and shit.
yeah,
Because like you let it dry and it's drying, but like all that shit stuck in there. So you
yeah.
gotta wash that shit.
When we used to be in fucking sophomore year, like sometimes my shits went dry, and I would just be like,
Because there wasn't really
what the
ventilation in
fuck?
that bitch. Other than like, unless you laid it on your fan, which I would do sometimes. I still do it.
That's
sometimes,
still not
which it's
best
still
either.
not helping. It's still not really helping. That's why I got mad towels. Same with your face towels, yo. You gotta switch your face towels out. It can't be no weeks on end type. Every few, 3 days, maybe 4. 3 days. That's my rule of thumb. I got multiple face towels. One I feel like is dirty.
Get a 6-pack of washcloths at Target. It's like $3. But
It's very inexpensive to be clean.
this is true. This is very true.
Very
Baby powder if you want to freshen your balls up, you know what I'm saying?
or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
Or if you're just a big nigga and you just be chafing.
Yeah. Cologne, perfume,
Don't
deodorant.
cologne.
Oh, yes. Oh, my fault. Big conversation. Do not ever put perfume or fucking cologne on sweaty areas of your fucking body. It is disgusting. It only intensifies the sweaty smell.
Don't do that shit.
We have, okay, I'm not ousting anybody, but we have experienced this on multiple occasions. And we have had to check our friends plenty of times to be like, yo, stop fucking doing that. Do not do this shit.
One of our close friends.
We'll sit there and be playing basketball, and then niggas just be like, all right, we about to go to such and such.
We got in this nigga's car and we're like, yo, what is going on here?
They would be like, bro, you cannot put Axe on.
You can't put, first of all,
for this shit.
Grant, you wear Axe. I'm not judging you.
It's any cologne or perfume, bro. You cannot do this.
Any cologne, but I just personally feel like, and I feel like a lot of women will agree with this. Axe at this age is a no go, but cologne. I'm sorry, Axe at this age.
So what is Old Spice? You gotta go to Old Spice now.
You don't gotta go to Old Spice, but Axe is literally build school type shit, yo. You can't do that.
It be smelling good. I was using Axe in college.
It do smell good, but a lot of women ain't with it. Once you get to college,
shit.
I'm not gonna speak about your experience, but when you get to college, I suggest you try to transition away from Axe because it's more so a middle school, high school type thing. Because I definitely had it in high school, but
what was that shit before Axe? It was like Boz or some shit.
I don't know. Because I remember I just got Axe one day, and I just saw mad niggas got Axe. Like Axe.
Everybody had Axe in high school.
Like, yo, there was one day I think I was using some bar shit, and then every day I see some nigga like. I was like, yo, I need to get a bottle, yo.
I'm so glad my mom put me on Bath and Body Works men's collection, bro.
I was just in there today.
Nobody knew what that shit was, bro. Niggas I had you be saying like Bath and Body Works, you like fuck, but then my mom just pulled up with some men's shit one day. Put the lotion on, bro. Hey, you smelling right.
Yeah, I got a lotion on me right now. I got a lotion and I bought a body spray today.
Bath and Body Works ain't just for women, people.
I want to get candles, but money ain't right now.
Nah, bro, I missed the sale, bro. This past Sunday, them bitches was $10.
$10 for candles?
Yes, nigga. First of all, you should never really buy anything full price at Bath and Body Works because they have sales out the ass any and every time. You just gotta pick and choose.
I'm not gonna give it away, but I wasn't buying stuff for myself.
Yes.
But the third thing, because it was body stuff or body items. It was buy 3, get 2 free, or it was buy 2, get 1 free. Excuse me. So I bought 2 body things, not for myself. And the third thing, I was like, oh, let me get some. So I was like, but like whatever the cheapest of the third or fifth thing was, that was just free. So I was gonna get cologne, but the cologne was $38. I would have to pay the $38.
Yeah,
but
that is bullshit to me. Yeah, I really hate the way they do that. I tried to orchestrate some shit like that in there one time.
I was,
and she was like, "No,
I was in there. I had the 2 shits, and I was like, yo, I can get this cologne. This shit would go crazy. It'd be free." But I asked her, she was like, "So I'm assuming the cheapest shit is free," and she was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Oh, so you'd have to pay for the cologne and then one of the body sprays."
That is bullshit. I should be able to choose what I remember one time I tried to do that. I was like, because it was like buy 3, get 3 free. I tried to get 3 single wick candles for what like $7, and then just get all the big candles for free. She was like, "Oh no, this is the price. So the cheaper stuff would be the free stuff." And it's like, you know what, man?
She was just like, "Nah, yeah, you'd have to pay for the cologne." I was like, "Fuck it." So I just got the body spray, and then she wanted to tell me like, "Oh, the only thing that the sale doesn't apply for is the aromatherapy stuff." And I was like, "Nigga, I didn't know I want the aromatherapy shit." But no, I was in there today. I wanted candles, but
get the single wick, bro. Get the single wick.
No, it was single wick 2 for $20, and I could have found 2 for myself. But what I was gonna do,
ousting yourself at this point because nobody asked you to say that. You could have just said you went to Bath and Body Works.
I don't care at this point. She don't watch it. She don't watch the podcast.
Wow, no support.
But, at least she don't watch it extensively. But I got the Market Peach.
Yes. Don't do that. Oh my god. Good sense. Yo, fellas. The sweet sense, and ain't nothing wrong with them. Okay.
I literally went there. I was checking out. I asked her, yo, you got like a rewards program?
What?
I asked her, she like, y'all got a rewards program?
Just get emails, bro. You really don't gotta sign up for it. If you sign your email up, they'll tell you anything because there's no need to be.
She basically said like, she said I would sign you up now, but you'd have to pay cash, and I was like, that like why? She was like, yeah, we're only allowed to sign you up if you pay cash. And so next time you want to come, like if you pay cash, we'll sign you up, we'll send you emails, deals, all that stuff. And I was like,
they send you emails regardless, bro. The same deals that you would probably be as a rewards member would be the same deals that every other person receives. So it's really no point to like.
I just like rewards places because like if you keep buying, you get.
But I don't think they'll ever be like, oh, you have 1,000 points, you have free items.
It wasn't really. I was more thinking of it because I went to Petco the other day to get my dog food. I didn't realize
that's different.
I know because Petco you go into regularly because you have a dog or a pet regularly. So I went to Petco the other day. Food's supposed to be $38 on discount. Well, me being part of the rewards program, $30, and now I have $10 reward, so it's $20 for.
You going in Bath and Body Works probably like every other month, if that.
I would go more if I had more money, because I would buy more candles.
You got money.
I would go a couple times a month if I had more money.
That's excessive.
I'd go once a month,
bro. I'm telling you, you can. You're not in there every month. The sales that they have, they allow you to buy in bulk, bro. A 3-wick candle is lasting you 2 months.
That is true.
And that could be a minimum.
That is true.
Or a maximum. I don't really pay attention, but I think I had got these 3 wicks that I had in here probably like, I think one of the first couple of weeks I've been in here, and it's like I'm going on 2 months and some change.
I was gonna get the car shit today, but I was like, nah, let me
not. But yes, people, wash your ass. Wash at least once time a day.
Once is
clean yourself.
Wait, night shower. If you shower twice a day.
Yes.
Religiously.
Yes.
But if you had to pick night shower,
night, because that's what I used to do before I wash twice a day, because I don't want to touch my bed with the day's dirt on me. So that's, if you're one of those people who washes in the morning and gets in your bed regardless of what you did that day,
you can't get disgusting. In your bed with outside clothes.
That's also a huge conversation. That could be another episode. It's disgusting.
Can't do it.
It's disgusting. You thought I was being extra though with my shit.
No.
When you came in here.
No. You were doing.
I was not doing the most, people. Okay, so here. I'm in a new apartment. Y'all ain't gonna find my shit. But I'm in a new apartment. And I basically told this nigga, as soon as he walked in the door, no shoes in my house.
No, I respect that.
And then I told him, I was like, no outside clothes on particular furniture.
No, I respect that. I have no problem with that. My problem was when I brought my backpack near your recliner.
Because do you know how many germs and shit? I might lay on that floor, bro. You was laying on that floor.
I put my backpack.
I'm trying to keep this shit clean.
I put my backpack near this nigga reclining, and he was like, "Yo, keep that shit near the door." And I was like, "Bro, he
put his shoes there too." And then he said, "Like, I'm about to put my shoes on, bro." And what? Walk from the fucking recliner to the door. That's walking with your shoes on in the house.
I have no problem with you being like no shoes in the house, because that's just regular. But
it's not regular, but
I mean it's not, but it should be. But it was more.
I don't think it should be for everybody's house.
It was more so
you got hardwood floors.
If you got hard, that's why I was more like I wasn't really, because I got hardwood floors here. So that's why I wasn't really.
I've never done it up until this point. Any person's house I've walked into, regardless of carpet or not, I have my shoes on. But
I didn't pick it up. I didn't pick it up. If I had carpet in my house, I would have picked it up quicker. But I got hardwood floors everywhere.
So. My grandma has had carpet in her house, her entire house, outside of the kitchen and the bathroom, for majority of my life. I wore shoes in that bitch all the time. But I also laid on the floor and all that other shit. But I didn't think about. You don't think about that shit as like a kid.
This whole house is hardwood floors, and then I'm pretty sure the last.
Damn, no carpet.
There's no carpet in this show.
I can't live in a house with no carpet.
There's no carpet in this show. I think the last place we was at, I'm pretty sure it was either one place had carpet or it was just all hardwood. That's why I didn't pick it up at first, because like I just first time I went there, I just walked in. He was like, "Yo," because I had Crocs, and you were like, "Yo, you gotta leave them joints on the door." I was like, "Oh, my bad." And the only thing that really messed me up was my backpack. I'm like, "Nigga, it's a backpack." Like,
nigga, you know how many germs is on that backpack?
I respect it.
You put your backpack on every floor, nigga. Think about it. It's on the floor right now.
It is on the floor.
Exactly.
I respect it. Like, it's your house. Like, I have no problem with it. It's just like it didn't click with me when I first got it. That's what I'm saying.
All right. With that being said, you know how to wash, people. Now we're gonna get to a portion that has been the topic of the fucking news
debate
for the past 24 hours, 48 hours.
The real debate.
There's no debate to me, but all right. I'll let you take over this since you're so fucking passionate about it. I prefer hot fucking breakfast like normal people.
Same. I don't really eat cereal no more. Unless I'm just feeling lazy. I'll either make something or like I'm really just making shit.
You don't even eat breakfast.
Yeah, I do.
Barely.
It's either
your fried egg and fucking rice. Or fried egg and whatever.
That's if there's rice, but regularly it's either eggs, bagels. It's either some type of bacon, egg, and cheese, or like egg and cheese sandwich, or a waffle, because we got a waffle maker over here. Sometimes I'll make.
Who makes some waffles?
You just if you got the batter, you can make protein.
You got batter on deck, bro?
I did. There's not now, but because I finished it.
So you pre-made batter.
You mean the day before?
No, I'm just saying, like, are you pre-making batter or are you actively making it each time you want to waffle?
Actively making each time.
That's a lot, bro. Just put an Eggo in the toaster.
I'm not a fan of that. I don't really.
You're not a fan of Eggos.
I don't like Eggos. No. My sisters eat Eggos, but I don't rock with Eggos.
Why?
It's just.
What is wrong with Eggos?
There's nothing wrong with egg. I mean, I'll eat. Huh? Yo, don't look at me like that. Don't look. Meanwhile, my youngest sister judging me, saying, "What's wrong with Eggos?" There's nothing wrong with Eggos. There's certain Eggo products that I enjoy, like French toast sticks, or not the French toast sticks, the French toast waffles. Yeah. It was
all
French toast waffles, solid, right. But trying to cut down calories. So,
nigga, it's $150 for two of them. I mean, yeah, if you look at all the calories, it ain't the best protein and all that shit, fiber and all that. But it's $150.
I look at the calories. I also look at the nutrition facts. So I bought some. If you ever want to make, some waffles for yourself, you can either buy a pack of Kodiak.
That sounds like a drug.
No, it's called Kodiak. Kodiak. They got frozen waffles you can make, protein waffles, very healthy, or you can buy the batter. You can make pancakes or waffles. So one week I bought the batter, made it. It was solid. I made waffles, very solid. And I like the thicker waffles
How are you tracking calories that way though?
because the servings. So like I just follow directions on the back of the shit. So it's like, oh, one is like 1 cup
But that's
batter.
not saying how much you put in a pancake in the maker though.
No, yeah, because it's like because how it is, it's like it will give you how much to make a certain amount of pancakes, and then it will be like, oh, this can make 1 or 2 waffles. It's usually 2 waffles. So I usually make waffles. I made pancakes once just because I was like, let me switch it up. But I usually make waffles because we got a waffle maker. So it'll be like whatever you make in pancakes is usually the equivalent to 2 waffles. So it'll be like, oh, 1 cup of batter,
You could just make a big
third-
ass pancake.
3/4 cups of water, and then I usually add nutmeg to it because we just happen to have nutmeg in our cupboard, our spice cabinet. So I'll usually make 2 waffles, turn out pretty good. I'm full until
How many calories is the 2 waffles? And then go ahead to the cereal.
it was like less than 400. It had to be less than 400. It was less.
2 Eggos, my niggas, is 150. That's all I'm saying. And you could get thicker Eggos, bro.
That's true, but it's like the protein is going.
I get it. Put some fucking strawberries on it, or just put some strawberries, bananas on it.
I put bacon in some of the waffles.
All right, now you just fucking up the calories. Like, your whole argument is defeated at this point.
I've done it a few times.
You did all that just to say, all right, I put bacon in the pancakes.
It was a cheat day,
nigga. But you preface this whole thing by like, oh, I like worrying about the calories, the nutrition, and then you end it with, oh, I put bacon in the Get the fuck out of here. You did all that just to say you put fucking bacon in the bag.
I don't do this every time. It was just once or twice. I was like, I'm feeling a little adventurous. I got some bacon in the crib. Let me throw some bacon in the waffle.
Bro.
But I did that a few times. I did that like.
Get the cereal, my nigga, because that just defeated your whole argument.
I did that maybe 3 times, but like I said, I prefer hot breakfast.
Yes.
I don't really eat cereal no more, unless I'm just lazy as shit, or it's a cereal that
talk
I really
about
like.
Calories.
Or it's like a cereal that's in the cabinet.
Who the fuck eats a serving size of cereal?
No one.
My God.
I did that once, and I was like, "What is?"
It makes no sense. It's truly the bottom of the bowl, and you're just like, all right.
Yeah. I literally, because we have measuring cups now, or not? We got one measuring cup. Well, we got 2. We got one for the dog, and we got one for us. So I saw the serving size of cereal. So I was like, let me see what it's like. I got it. I poured it in my bowl. I was like, damn, I'm gonna be hungry in like 30 minutes if I eat this.
You gotta eat like 2 cereal bowls for like that shit to be a dent.
Yeah. And even then, you still might get a snack after that.
Exactly. Like it's a terrible process.
But cereal, everyone used to eat it as a kid. We're all from different places, different backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds. Some of us, on the food stamps, we had certain struggle cereals we had to deal with. I definitely know I was on that train.
Ate it when parents was lazy.
Yeah. But I saw this debate because I really started this debate because I saw
Chicklet.
Chicklet. It was a Instagram personality, Chicklet. It's him and his girlfriend, Melanie. And his girlfriend was basically like, yo, I don't rock with Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Which is a valid opinion.
It's not valid. We're going to get into that later. But she was like, I don't like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And Bull was coming at him, being like, "How you not like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? It's a top 5 cereal." She was like, "Nah." She was listening to top 5. She said Kicks. She said Cocoa Puffs and Cocoa Pebbles. Nigga, it's one
It's
or
the
the
same
other.
cereal.
It's the one or the other, bro.
It's the same.
So
well, it's not the same cereal, but
it's not the same, but it's the same cereal. You go if you get the same milk at the end
Puffs
of the day,
is a crunchy. It's crunchier, but
if
I
you
don't even
get-
like chocolate.
bro, if you get the same milk at the end of the bowl,
My nigga, that's
the
consistent
same
with most cereals.
no comment. But she said, first of all, she said, all right.
Kicks is where she lost me.
She said tricks, respect. I didn't really eat tricks like that, but respect.
Neither did
She
I.
said tricks, Cocoa Puffs, and Cocoa Pebbles. That's 2 chocolatey ass cereals. You can't have 2 chocolatey ass cereals.
Some niggas like chocolate.
Niggas like chocolate, but usually you gotta pick one or the other. She said Kicks.
She lost me with
Kicks,
the kicks.
bro.
She lost me with the kicks.
She said Kicks and Captain Crunch with the berries, I think. Kicks, bro?
She lost me with the
Nah,
kicks.
bro. That's Kicks ain't top 5.
I don't even know what kicks taste like anymore, but it's not. It's a very normal taste.
I've had Kicks. Yo, Kicks is not.
It might be a step above regular Cheerios.
I'd rather take regular Cheerios.
I don't know, man. Chicks got a little bit of flavor.
Nigga.
It got a little bit of flavor over regular Cheerios, bro. Regular Cheerios is just like death. If you're choosing to eat that, you have to have health conditions, and I feel like you shouldn't even eat that if you got health conditions. Because like, what the fuck? How bad have you been eating for it to come down to just regular Cheerios?
It helps with your cholesterol.
My nigga, come on. Them commercials, half the shit we learned as children, they lied to us.
Oh.
I feel like there's plenty other shit you could eat other than just regular ass Cheerios for cholesterol problems.
I feel you. You gotta at least get Honey Nut Cheerios.
Exactly.
I never even
them is still a stretch. But
I never even had frosted Cheerios, but them shit.
The frosted and the Apple Jones, they kind of all right.
Apple cinnamon Cheerios, bust. Them shits go crazy, but niggas sleep on them.
Because it's not a well known thing.
It's not, but they go.
You don't see fucking frosted Cheerio commercials.
I can't put it in my top 5, but it's solid. But what I'm saying, Kicks
but yet you hate Apple Jacks. Get the fuck out of
it. What did I say? I hate Apple Jack.
Well, you was like, oh, Apple Jacks is not up.
It's just not my top 5. From what I gotta put in my top 5, it's not top 5.
What is your top 5?
We're getting to that, but I'm going at the Kicks thing. Kicks is not top 5. If you want top 5, if you want Kicks in the top 5, we gotta put top 5 WIC, women, infants, and children cereal.
I don't even think it has to go there because you can get regular cereal on WIC.
No, you can't. You can't get Cinnamon Toast Crunch on WIC.
You can't get Fruit Loops on WIC?
No, bro. I'm telling you this from experience.
I mean, nigga, I wasn't on WIC, but my mom was on WIC when she had my little sister, but I don't remember, bro.
Nigga, I will tell you this from experience. I asked for Fruit Loops. I asked for all them shits on WIC. We can't get them, bro.
So what is WIC cereals?
What is
nigga, what is this shit?
It's granted, it's most General Mills cereals. It's really just Frosted Flakes, Kicks, Raisin Bran, some Fiber One, regular Cheerios. You can't get Honey Nut Cheerios on WIC.
You can't get Honey Nut
no,
Cheerios
bro.
on WIC?
You can't get Honey Nut Cheerios on WIC, bro. You can't. So it's really just any generic cereal you can get on WIC that's healthy. And then the name brand health, you can get Special K on WIC. You can get Special K, you can get cakes, you can get Frosted.
I don't even see Frosted Flakes, bro. It's cornflakes.
Yeah, cornflakes. I meant cornflakes. You can't get Frosted Flakes.
Damn, I used to remember having cornflakes in the crib, bro.
Cornflakes is my last resort. Cornflakes is the last resort.
Niggas, if you had cornflakes in the cornflakes in the crib, you put sugar out the ass on that bitch to get a
We didn't
glimpse
have
of Frosted
sugar.
Flakes. What? What?
I would eat raw.
You said you didn't have sugar?
Well, we didn't. We weren't allowed to put sugar in our cereal.
What?
So I just ate. I ate Cheerios raw. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying raw, like just Cheerio.
This
Like,
is a short sidebar, and don't entertain it. I don't know if I could be a parent and just deprive my children of certain shit. I would just eat healthy from rip, and then deviate a little bit so that they don't go. So I'm not too far left, too far right. But continue.
But yeah, it's Kicks, Frost. No, I keep saying Frost.
I'm literally looking at it. It's Special K, mini wheats, Fiber One,
yes,
cornflakes,
yes,
regular Cheerios,
yes,
Chex, Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yeah, Honey Bunches of Oats was the best fucking cereal on Wick.
Life. Right. I don't know what the fuck Great Nuts is.
Life, you got 3 minutes before it's soggy. Cinnamon Life Bust though.
Oatmeal Squares.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Oh, yeah. Those are the only other cereals that people know.
The rest.
Fucking Kicks.
Kicks is not top 5, yo. And
also, if Rice Krispies is in your top 5, something is wrong with you.
Top 5, yo. Rice Krispies, you
only saying that because of the treats, bro.
No, it's not top 5.
No, I'm saying for people who say that, they only saying that shit for treats. It was truly.
It don't taste nothing like treats because the treats got marshmallow.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Because you get that, you probably thinking it's the same shit. No, it's not the same shit. The only good thing about Rice Krispies as a kid was that you poured milk on that shit and you heard it. You. Other than that, you let that shit go for another 30 seconds. It's water.
Bro, on my life, that's the only reason we bought it that one time. I asked my mom, like, yo, just buy
Snap
it.
Crackle.
I'll eat whatever is there. I just want to hear it.
The Snap Crackle.
And I was like, oh my God.
You can hear it. You're like, what the fuck is this, yo? Sugar doesn't even help that. That is probably one of the only cereals that you put sugar in. It's just like, what is this?
Exactly. I literally like the reply I put was genuine on my Instagram story. It's you have 5 to 10 seconds before it is oatmeal. It is literally oatmeal if you wait that long. You might as well make oatmeal. It's quick. It's quicker oatmeal. Because oatmeal, you can get the packs and make it in a minute. All you need is Rice Krispies, some type of milk, and 10 seconds. That is oatmeal. You can't put sugar. You can't put... Our nigga in the video said he put honey on his cakes. You can't put honey on this shit.
If you're doing all that to cereal,
that's
just
too much.
Don't eat cereal, bro. Just don't eat the fucking cereal.
At that point, the cereal's ass. You
gotta do mad shit to it. Just don't eat it. Like a teaspoon of sugar, a little, not even a teaspoon of sugar. If you added any more than a teaspoon of sugar, just like
I had sugar.
Don't do that, bro.
I was like, this ain't it.
What, regular Cheerios?
Yeah, I'd rather have the regular Cheerios and put sugar in it. To be honest with you, I'm so serious because my struggle cereals.
I feel like you're defeating your arguments with these statements. You just said you would rather eat regular whole grain Cheerios with no sugar.
Yes, because I'm saying like if you gotta put
you can't talk about Kicks.
If you gotta add certain stuff to cereal, it's not good. It's not good cereal.
I mean, but who other than sugar? What else are you adding? The honey shit that's extra, but other than sugar, what else are you adding?
If you gotta add sugar to your cereal, it's not good.
So you never added more sugar? You never added sugar to Frosted Flakes, nigga?
No, it's Frosted Flakes.
Okay, and still,
just put in sugar.
More sweetness. You ain't never added sugar on Frosted Flakes, my nigga, or Captain Crunch.
I think I did with Frosted Flakes once, but I was just like,
"Come on, bro! Don't You
It's
saying
just too
weird
much.
shit now. I get it. You're not supposed to do a lot though.
It's just too much at that point.
It's a little sprizzle.
It's
You know what I'm
literally
saying?
sugar-coated cornflakes.
We know this, but as
So
kids,
why
we
do
did
we
not
need-
give a fuck. We did not give a fuck. It's just now that we're adults, we kind of like, yeah, we can't fucking do this shit because you can't eat just one bowl.
We're talking about the struggle right now, so we're gonna
Nigga, we ain't talking about the struggle. We just saying.
No, but we were previously we were talking about the struggle. I'm gonna give you my.
Y'all could have bought sugar on whip.
I'm gonna give you my 3 struggle cereals, yo.
No struggles. Just do the top 5s and continue this conversation. We could do this on the whole struggle episode, bro. Just do a struggle episode. Just do the top 5s from your Instagram, all that shit. Nigga.
All right.
You talking about the struggle all damn day.
My top 5, personally, is based on not just my personal preference, but it is
nigga, it should be.
It is, but it's also a matter of at least what I have. It's a matter of what is in cabinets, what sell, and just if I had to put money on it, any random nigga is gonna have this in this cabinet. So it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, goat cereal.
Is this in any order?
No particular order. Granted, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is number 1. That's just my opinion. But no particular order. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, goat cereal. If I was a betting man, I would put that the next person that I go in that couple, they're gonna have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Then we gotta go Lucky Charms. I was always a Lucky Charms fan as a kid. It used to
cardboard with marshmallows.
It is not cardboard with marshmallows, but I understand why you might not have liked the non-marshmallow pieces, but that is my opinion. Cinnamon Toast Lucky Charms. Then you gotta go the original recipe Fruit Loops, not this new bullshit that they got now.
What's the difference?
I don't know specifically what the difference is, but I know because I ate Fruit Loops enough as a kid to know that they changed the recipe. And I know this. I know I can confirm this because I asked other people, and they were like, "Yo, they definitely changed the recipe."
I can't testify, but okay.
But
I will believe that.
I ate it enough to know that they changed the recipe for Fruit Loops. I think they made it slightly healthier, which I understand why they did that. But
you know what, man? Fuck this healthier shit, man. If you want to eat healthy, but it's cereal at the end of the day.
If you want to eat healthy, don't eat cereal.
Exactly. Like, it's cereal at the end of the fucking day. You know what you eating, bro. That's like going to McDonald's trying to get a fucking salad. Like, you know what you're doing. The salad is worse than a burger.
But yeah, so I got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops. Lucky Charms. Where's my phone? In my top 5, I always gotta put at least one healthy cereal.
Why? What is the purpose of that?
This healthy cereal I feel like is just top tier in general, but like it also just happens to be a healthy cereal at the same time. Honey Nut Cheerios is probably, in my opinion, next to maybe Honey Bunches of Oats, best healthy cereal.
I've never had Honey Bunches of Oats.
A great cereal, you should try it. I feel like it's Honey Nut Cheerios, Honey Bunches of Oats, and then maybe Frosted Wheaties. Frosted Mini Wheats. That's personally. Next one, Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes.
Wait, so what is your so you have Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops, the original flavor Fruit Loops.
All right.
Honey Nut Cheerios, Lucky Charms.
And now Frosted Flakes.
The last one, Frosted Flakes, is just. It looked like it was, not too bad for you, but it tasted great. It literally looked like
What do you
cornflakes.
mean?
Like
Not look too bad for you.
Like it looked like cornflakes, but it was still tasted better than cornflakes.
Nigga, you don't have to describe Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes is just.
If niggas know what Frosted Flakes are.
Frosted Flakes is just. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't know. Are you putting it over Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
No. It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Don't.
Yeah, do you want me to put an order?
You don't have to, but because I feel like you have an order.
It's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, original flavor Fruit Loops. Put Honey Nut Cheerios, then Lucky Charms. That's my top 5.
That was 4, but
What? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, original flavor Fruit Loops, Honey Nut Cheerios, Lucky Charms. That's my top.
Yeah. I don't like this conversation simply because I'm a person who was on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch team, but I ate it a lot as a kid. Like it was the only cereal I ate for a long time.
You can't discredit it just because you became desensitized to it.
But the point of the question is, what is my top 5 now? Not what do I agree is the top 5. Is my personal top 5. Now, if we're talking about, even if we're just talking about cereals, period, then I would still have a different opinion. But yeah, I would probably default put Cinnamon Toast Crunch in there if we're just talking about cereals, period. But if we're talking about top cereals, then Fruity Pebbles goes up in the top 5. We're not talking about taste. We're just saying like top cereals.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you because I've tasted Fruity Pebbles, and it's up there.
I don't like them.
I just didn't have them enough to put them in the top 5.
I'm just saying, like I'm saying, like they're like more so. When I say top 5, like cereals, not just when we're not talking about taste. I'm saying iconic.
Okay.
So it's like I feel like if you're talking about top 5 iconic, you got Fruity Pebbles, Honey Nut Cheerios, Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
and probably Fruit Loops. It's either Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks, and it's most likely Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I don't see why y'all dislike Apple Jacks, but my personal top 5,
Apple Jacks.
I fucking love Apple Jacks.
I love Apple Jacks.
My top 5, no order: Frosted Flakes, Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch, regular Captain Crunch, Apple Jacks, and I don't have a 5th.
Nigga, if you don't.
But if I had to say a 5th, it would probably be, because I don't eat cereal like that, bro. But if I had to say a 5th, it would either be Cinnamon Toast Crunch by default or Captain Crunch Berry.
You go put a second Captain Crunch? Captain Crunch go that hard?
I fuck with Captain Crunch. When I ate cereal, bro, I went through periods with cereals. It was Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then it was Captain Crunch, then it was the Frosted Flakes, the Fruit Loops, and the Apple Jacks.
Did you ever have honeycomb? I was a big honeycomb fan.
Probably like once.
My family used to buy
Sugar Smacks is disgusting, but
I never had Sugar Smacks. Is that the John with the frog on it?
It's not disgusting, but it has a very unique taste.
I never had Sugar Smacks. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna read out some of these responses I got.
Make it quick. Make it quick.
I'm gonna make it very quick. A lot of them agreed with myself in terms of the top 5. Shit, I'm wilding right now. Someone said Cascadian Farms.
When you said that, I thought that was somebody trying to be funny and say like
No,
Caucasian something or like Caucasity or some shit. But you Googled that, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I know the chick too, and that's why it's more funny. But she dead ass said it's literally called Cascadian Farms, and they got a bunch of flavors. I ain't never seen this shit in stores.
Is this somebody from the Northeast?
Yes.
Okay.
But she's also like of color, so I don't.
Well, all right. No. Do I know them?
No, you don't know.
Oh, all right.
I met them very recent. Well, yeah, very recently. But it was just like, what the fuck? I've never heard of this. I think all of like maybe 2 people said Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so that just speaks of itself. So we got
the commercials, man. It's the commercials.
Nigga, Cinnamon Crunch. I mean, I'm fucking putting together a name. Cinnamon Toast Crunch Go. I'm sorry, bro. They had their commercials on lock.
The commercials add to it, though.
They had the commercials on lock.
The commercials add to
and then
all the top 5
horchata, bro. You got horchata.
Get the fuck out of here. That was already there before Cinnamon Toast Crunch, nigga. That was a part of their culture. Shit. You don't even know what the fuck they put in horchata.
I don't, but
exactly. They're talking about it takes like
first response said Lucky Charms, Frosted Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Rice Krispies. Rice Krispies do not go. You have 10 seconds. Reese's Puffs. I don't like peanut butter and chocolate, bro. I don't. I hate it. People gonna think I'm a fucking terrorist, but I don't like chocolate. I don't like chocolate and peanut butter. He just don't like chocolate. That nigga weird. But I don't like
he's weird, bro. I just don't like fucking chocolate. Why is that so hard?
I don't like peanut butter chocolate. I never had this. This nigga also said Crave. Never had Crave.
It's a newer cereal.
Never had Cocoa. Wait, no. I had Cocoa Puffs. Just too much chocolate. He also said Captain Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Go. Lucky Charms, Honey Nut Cheerios, Trix, Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Solid. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms, Cookie Crisp. I think
Trix was just a better yogurt than cereal.
It was a better yogurt. I will give you that. I literally have Trix in my fridge right now.
All right. But,
well, it's more stuff for my sisters, but I take some.
Okay, that's better.
Cookie Crisp. I'm very tempted to buy Cookie Crisp this weekend.
I don't like chocolate, so it doesn't matter to me. It's like it's probably just like you're eating mini cookies.
I want to try it this weekend, low key. Honey Nut Cheerios, Fruit Loops, solid list. Nigga said the blood of my enemies. No comment. It's very aggressive.
Who said that?
It's a friend of mine. He's being a dickhead, but it is aggressive. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruity Pebbles, Captain Crunch, Lucky Charms, Cookie Crisp. Okay. Never had Cookie Crisp, but I want to see the hype.
Cookie Crisp.
They also had the commercials on lock. It was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Everybody had it.
It was Cinnamon Toast.
Do it in order.
Who had the?
Yes. Top commercials. Do it in order.
I mean, if we're gonna be real, it's Trix.
No, it's Frosted Flakes is number 1. Okay. Without a doubt, and then it's Fruity Pebbles, and then it's Honey Nut, and then it's Fruit Loops.
Trix ain't even.
Trix is up there, but I feel like Trix and Lucky Charms is here. Okay. But them the top 4.
So you go
because everybody know who the fuck Toucan is. You know Tony.
Okay.
And you know the Flintstones. Okay. And you know the B.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I personally thought Trick. I feel like Silly Rabbit Tricks is for kids. I feel like that was.
It's an iconic commercial, but I'm
like
saying,
I feel like that just shadows everything or overshadows everything.
nah.
Really?
Think about how many commercials of those 4.
Tony the Tiger, I'll give you. No,
And
actually,
then you might gotta put fraud. Well, I would say probably in recent years you put Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials up. But back in the day,
because
the commercials wasn't that hard.
They got rid of the old dude,
the chef,
they got rid of the chef, and they just had the crunch. Like niggas just eating people. So I feel you. I'll give you that. How much is honey roasted? That's the best flavor. Frosted Flakes, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Honey Nut Cheerios, Apple Jacks. Apple Jacks, I feel is very slept on. This top 5 was crazy to me. Kix, Golden Grams, Frosted Cheerios, Special K, Cookie Crisps.
Somebody did that on purpose. I feel like a part of that was just on purpose, or they were deprived as a child.
I'll go be honest with you. I asked 2 people from my job, and they're about our age. Chicks, mind you. As it's nothing against chicks, but they're chicks. But they both said Special K. So
probably because you could put fruit in it. That's why my grandma bought it. She would like put bananas and strawberries and shit in it.
But yeah, this last one said, "Oh, and Cascadian Farms, don't knock it." Never heard of Cascadian.
That is a local thing. That is a local thing.
Fruity Pebbles, Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruit Loops, Cocoa Pebbles. Solid list. But if Cinnamon Toast Crunch is not in your top 5, come on, bro. I'm sorry.
Doesn't have to be in top 5, people.
It needs to be in the top 5.
Just saying.
It's top 5 most iconic cereal. That's a fact. That's just factual. It's factual information.
I have a hard time arguing that. So, okay.
It's fact. It's top 5 most iconic cereals. If you don't want it in your top 5, that's just your preference. But top 5 most iconic cereals, you gotta have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You gotta have some type of Lucky Charms in there. You gotta have Fruit Loops.
No, you don't have to. Just Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the only one. You cannot say. I feel like the only ones that should be in everybody's top 5 is at least Frosted Flakes, and you could throw cinnamon in there by default, but because the way I feel about it, but the rest of the 3 is personal choice.
Yo, viewers, let us know. We start ranking stuff. I kind of want to rank stuff.
Oh my gosh, no, we are not there yet. We are not there yet.
We've had this debate.
TV
shows, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, overall.
Later dates. But people, thank you for another episode of Bad Convos. We had a wonderful episode of current events. Passionate topics, long topics. We've been in here for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But that's how we do it. We do what we want around here. We living it up, man. We feeling sassy, man. We feeling sassy, man. But have a good night, y'all. Enjoy yourselves. And we doing big things out here. It's better to be with us on the come up than we will be at the top. But still support us at the top. What? What did you say?
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Turn your mic back on.
Stop the recording. I can't hear you, bro.
What are you talking about, man? See, he over here technical difficulties, man. But we see you. Have a good night, man. Have a good night. Feeling sexy tonight, man.
Pour yourself up a nice bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Tomorrow morning, not tonight. It's a little late.
Good night, man.